All right, welcome to Sexpressive Podcast. I am Jade.
And I'm Greg.
And welcome to the show. This show is all about...
Sex. I love it. Do you love sex? How much do you love sex, Jade?
I love it so much that we wanted to make a podcast about it. We
love it so much that we can't just have it, which we do a lot because we're slores, but we also have to force people to listen to us talk about it, which is exactly why we're making this podcast. So you can hear us talk about sex.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we're hoping the show will do. Some of our goals and visions. I guess we're still hashing that out now. As you know, sexuality covers a range of topics, so there is much to speak about.
We want to hear what you want to hear about, too. We'll get into that later, though.
Yeah, so this show will primarily focus on queer sexuality.
Because we're hella gay.
We are very queer and hella gay.
Super gay.
But we also feel that there is a void in misunderstanding queer sexuality. And I would just like to say, neither of us are experts. We are, we are not scholars in sexuality or anything like that, but we are both very queer. And I can say that talking about and being open with my sexuality has really made me happier. And we're hoping that opening up this dialogue will help other people feel comfortable about their sexuality.
Yeah, so I think what Jade is sort of saying is suck it up, straights, because we've heard enough about your sex. There's going to be a lot of talk about gay sex. And then also, sort of bouncing off of what Jade said earlier, this podcast is sort of my baby concept that I've been sitting on for quite a few years, which is hilarious considering how unprepared I am for this first episode. So, essentially what I would like to get out of this is, the idea behind this podcast is I want to create an open conversation around sex and sexuality, because I think that when we talk about sex, we have better sex, and I want to have really good sex. So let's talk about sex.
All right. Well, I know personally talking about sex, it can be a little scary.
Yeah, it's spooky sometimes.
It's a little spooky.
Talking about your feelings.
Yeah, it's...
And your body parts.
It comes easier, though, the more you talk about it. There's really nothing to be scared about.
I'm terrified.
It's okay. I'm here.
Thank you. Hold me.
But honestly, recently, I would say within the past couple years, I have become a lot more comfortable. Because I was my sexuality, or the way I viewed it, was very repressed. I had a lot going on. Pre-transition, by the way, I am trans. So this is my first podcast, and I know you're listening to my voice right now, so I did have to get over some, voice dysphoria. I do speak a lot out in public, though, so I try not to, but still, this is you're only hearing my voice right now, so...
I would give you snaps, but I actually don't know how to snap, so don't tell anyone I said that, though. Keep that to yourselves.
Well, I would just like to thank Spaces Production, the studio we are recording at right now in East Falls, right outside Philadelphia. Well, I guess it's still...
These really cool people.
I don't know if it's considered Philadelphia
also have
proper.
A podcast called Lulu and Pop. Lulu and Pop, everyone.
You can check out their podcast at spacesproduction.com.
Now, is it production or productions? With an S.
Production.
It's with an S.
It is
it's with an S.
It is with an S.
Put that S on there, ladies and gentlemen.
Spacesproductions.com.
Not ladies and gentlemen. Folks, the gender binary isn't real. I apologize.
That's okay. We are trying to be very what's the word? Cognizant of gendering people. I'm sure we make mistakes all the time, but assuming someone's gender is
wrong.
Something we're trying to avoid.
Silly. So, a silly mistake to make. That's what it is.
Eventually, we would like to implement a buzzer so that we can...
so that y'all can yell at us when we fuck up.
Yeah, I can yell at you.
I said a bad word. Are we allowed to do that?
You can say that on here. God. We're talking about sex. Of course, you can say fuck.
Free speech. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be cursing a lot. So I guess that's a trigger warning. If you're afraid of foul-mouthed homosexuals, don't listen to this.
So some of the future ideas we have in mind for the show include some games. Basically, we would like to, make a maybe like an Ask Us Anything game. Well, definitely an Ask Us Anything, because we would like to hear from our listeners about some of the experience they've had with their own sexuality, or maybe some questions they have.
We'll get into that. You'll hear more about that later.
Yeah, this is our introduction episode. So we're just kind of going through the.
We just want to say hello.
Yeah, really.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for listening. Is there anything else you want to add?
I just wanted to. We did get a chance to listen to Greg and I yesterday. Some of the other podcasts.
Yes, listen to the other podcasts at spacesproductions.com. They're all delightful.
Yeah, no, they are really like a diverse set of different podcasts on there. Some of the
a lot of
ones we
different
listen
perspectives.
To, yeah, and a good sense of personality in each one of them, I think. Some of the other podcasts that they are currently producing are
Three Black Femmes
and Broke ... but Cultured.
Yes.
So if there is
all about that queer city living.
Yeah. But also Lulu and Pop is
yeah, that's just about like being cute and married and shit,
which there is nothing wrong with.
Look at us, we're so cute. Sorry.
Secretly, I kind of crave that, but
I know.
It's fine, like I'll get there eventually. We both will.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
You're rambling.
I'm sorry.
I love you.
Okay, so I guess this is our introduction
thank you for
episode.
listening to that hot mess of a 00 episode. We hope you come back soon if you want to really hear us say a bunch of bullshit about sex. Thank you. Goodbye. Hashtag what? Oh, that stuff. Yeah. We have to butt plug it. Jade, can you butt plug it, please? Can you butt plug us?
I will butt plug us. Which size should I use? What? Should we go for the small one first?
I mean, I'm not a beginner, but
I know.
Just go ahead and go big.
Okay, we'll go for the middle.
Slam it in there.
Okay, so you can check out. So let me just say that I recently started a Twitter for this podcast.
Twitter.
I have never messed with Twitter before.
We're old and we don't know anything about social media.
Honestly, I swear my grandmom's got a Twitter.
Maybe she can help us.
I should.
Hey, Grandma. Do you want to run our?
How do I set up my
account? Do you want to run our Twitter? Grandma knows about sex.
All right. Well, if you want to check out our Twitter, our Twitter handle is Sexpressive FM, and if you would like to ask us anything, or I don't know, just to say hi,
or tell us how beautiful we are, even though you can't see us right now, or can you?
Hopefully, we sound beautiful. But anyway, so you can email us. Basically, any love you want to send at Jade and Greg at sexpressivepodcast.com. We look forward to reading some of the thoughts from our viewers.
Jade, and Greg, Greg. None of that double G nonsense and none of that C bullshit either. It's not Craig. Don't call me that.
When I first put you on my phone, I put you in as 2 G's.
You're dead. You're dead to me, and this podcast is over. It's canceled. All right, so it's Jade and Greg at sexpressivepodcast.com. Or if that's a lot of work for you, just Google Sexpressive, because, come on. Who types things? It's 2017. All right, we should wrap this up. People are tired of us.
On with episode 01.